Hi, today I will talk about X-rays because it directly connects to my future field, which is the medical field. But first, a bit of history. I will explain how were X-rays discovered. So in 1895, a German scientist named Wilhelm Röntgen was doing experiments with cathode rays, which are basically streams of electrons, when he noticed that a piece of barium platinocyanide placed near the cathode ray tube emitted a greenish glow, even though there was an obstacle blocking the direct path of cathode rays. So you realize that the glow was not caused by cathode rays, but by a form of radiation that was unknown at that time. He called that type of radiation X-rays. He then conducted further experiments on X-rays and found out that they could pass through different substances, including human tissue, and then that we could create images on photographic plates, which he did with the hand of his wife. Moving on to some important dates following the discovery of X-rays. So in 1896, so only a year later, the well-known scientist Thomas Edison did the first medical X-ray in the US. 2 years later, Marie Curie and her husband Pierre Curie discovered radium, which was initially used for cancer treatment. They discovered that radium could eventually destroy cancer cells, which was a major improvement for the medical field at that time. Then, in 1901, Wilhelm Röntgen was awarded the first Nobel Prize in physics, which was not that surprising since his discovery was groundbreaking. Then in 1913, Thomas Edison again and Clarence Daly introduced fluoroscopy, which allowed real-time X-ray imaging and visualization of internal body parts. So we would be able to see moving body structures in real time, which was also a big improvement. Then in the 80s, the many techniques of dose reduction were introduced. Their goal was to minimize the side effect of radiation on patients and also on staff from medical centers. Next slide. I will now talk about it's not a company, but it's more of an organization that had a big influence in the development of X-rays. So it's the American College of Radiology. It's actually a professional organization that established standards for the medical use of X-rays. So their goal is to protect staff and patients from radiations because it has a lot of side effects that could even lead to death, but well, cancer and then death. So it's important to have standards established. And last but not least, it is important to know about X-rays, not only for the medical field, but also in general, because they are very useful and they are used in many aspects of our lives. For example, they are used in airport security, they check if we have forbidden items in our luggage with X-rays. It's also important in food inspection or even in geophysical studies. I'll explain my point. If we are studying rocks, for example, and we want to know what's inside the rock, with X-rays, we don't have to open the rock. We could just see through it. So it's pretty interesting to use X-rays in various fields of life. Yeah, that's what conclude my presentation. Thank you.